It's early morning. The world is quiet. You're holding a warm cup of coffee, scrolling casually through your messages. But one sentence stops you. Sharp, unexpected, personal. It cuts through the calm like a blade through silk. Just like that, your mood shifts. Your mind spirals. The day hasn't even begun, and already it feels tainted. You replay the message. The words echo louder than they should. A passive insult, an aggressive tone, a comment meant to unsettle. You feel it working. We all have these moments. Moments when someone else's energy invades ours. Moments when someone's bad day tries to become your bad day. You didn't ask for it. You didn't deserve it. But now you're left with a choice. Do you react? Do you lash out? Do you internalize it? Or do you pause? In the teachings of the Stoics, there lies a simple but powerful truth. You can't always control what the world throws at you, but you can always control how you respond. This is the first principle. Power lies in the pause. Imagine a river, turbulent, loud, fast. That's the external world, chaotic and constant. But beneath that surface is depth, stillness, silence. That's you when you choose to pause. When someone sends you negativity, it's like a spark. But a spark only becomes a fire if you provide fuel. Your attention is fuel. Your reaction is oxygen. The Stoic doesn't fight fire with fire. The Stoic lets the fire burn itself out. Because not everything deserves a response, and most things don't deserve a reaction. So pause, breathe, step back. Ask yourself, what is really happening here? Most of the time, the insult is not about you. It's about them, their pain, their fear, their frustration. You are simply the surface they project onto. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question: what fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? The Stoic does not personalize every slight. He observes it, he learns from it, and he lets it pass. Now we move to the second principle. Awareness is armor. You've likely encountered someone who always seems to push your buttons. Sometimes they know it, sometimes they don't. But either way, their presence disrupts your peace. Why? Because they found access, a shortcut to your triggers. And what is a trigger but an unguarded part of your mind? That's why awareness is key. When you know your triggers, you reclaim control. You begin to notice patterns. You begin to catch the spiral before it starts. Awareness is not passive. It's sharp. It's practiced. It's the mental equivalent of a trained fighter anticipating the blow before it lands. So when someone insults you, pause and observe your own mind. What story am I telling myself about this? Did I feel disrespected, dismissed, ignored? That emotion, anger, insecurity, sadness, it's not the enemy. It's the signal. It's the flare saying, there's something here you need to examine. The Stoic uses emotions as a compass, not a command. So ask, why does this bother me? What fear or belief is being touched? And then adjust. Because when you understand your mind, no one can use it against you. Now let's talk about the third principle. Restraint is real strength. In today's world, we're taught that the louder you are, the stronger you seem. That the first to speak is the most powerful. That silence is weakness. But the Stoic knows the opposite. The strongest person in the room is often the one who doesn't need to prove anything. The one who doesn't flinch. The one who chooses not to respond when provoked. Restraint is power in its purest form. Anyone can react, but it takes mastery to respond. Calmly, clearly, intentionally. Think of a blade, sharp, still, lethal. Now think of someone swinging that blade wildly. They are dangerous, but not powerful. The person with real power is the one who wields the blade with purpose, precision, timing. So too with your words, so too with your energy. You don't need to retaliate to reclaim your worth. You don't need to attack to defend your dignity. Silence can say more than 1,000 arguments. A look, a pause, a breath. These are weapons too, when used wisely. Seneca wrote, the greatest remedy for anger is delay. Delay. Breathe. Then decide, what kind of person do I want to be right now? Now we move to the fourth principle. Your peace is a fortress. Guard it. Imagine your peace as a sacred temple. Every negative interaction is a knock at the gate. Some are loud, some are subtle, but each one is asking, can I come in? You get to choose what enters. Not everyone deserves access to your mental space. Not every comment deserves a reply. Not every opinion deserves a place in your mind. Setting boundaries is not about pushing people away. It's about pulling yourself back to center. It's about saying, This is my energy, this is my time, this is my space, and not everything gets to live here. You wouldn't let someone graffiti your home. Don't let them graffiti your spirit. Boundaries aren't about building walls. They're about building windows and doors with locks. So be kind, be compassionate, but be firm. Your peace is your responsibility. Now the fifth principle. Forgiveness frees you. Memory guides you. Toxic people will appear throughout your life. Some will hurt you once, some will try again and again. You can carry the bitterness or you can carry the lesson, but not both. Forgiveness is not approval. It's not forgetting. It's choosing not to carry the weight any longer. It's saying, I won't drink this poison just to spite you. But forgiveness doesn't mean foolishness. Memory is your navigator. It reminds you, this path burned you once. Don't return without caution. You can forgive and still walk away. You can forgive and still draw boundaries. You can forgive and never forget what it taught you. The Stoic doesn't hold grudges, but he doesn't repeat patterns either. Now we move into the sixth principle. You are not the emotion, you are the observer of it. When dealing with toxic people, emotions can hit hard and fast. Rage, hurt, confusion, even shame. And in those moments, it feels like those emotions are you. But the Stoic steps outside of the feeling, like stepping onto a balcony and watching the storm pass below. The storm is real, but you are not the storm. You are the one watching it roll by. Mindfulness gives you this power. Every time you notice your breath, your posture, your tone, your thoughts, you are taking one step away from the chaos and one step closer to control. Emotions are natural, but they are not final. They are not facts. They are visitors. Let them come, let them go, and never let them speak for you. Now, principle 7. You are not obligated to attend every conflict you're invited to. Imagine every argument as a letter hand-delivered to your door. You don't have to open it. You don't have to read it. You don't even have to acknowledge its arrival. You can simply drop it in the fire and move on. Not every comment deserves clarification. Not every insult deserves a clap back. Not every dig requires a deeper debate. When you engage with nonsense, you dignify it. You give it space to grow. You don't have to explain yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. And you don't owe anyone your peace in exchange for their approval. Choose your battles. And more importantly, walk away from most of them. Now the 8th principle. Lead by energy, not argument. Some people won't change because of what you say, but they might reflect because of how you carry yourself. Calm is contagious. Stillness is inspiring. Dignity is a quiet revolution. When you hold your ground without hostility, when you remain kind without being naive, when you radiate discipline and self-respect without arrogance, people notice. Even those who attack you will pause, because something in you doesn't match their frequency. Be that difference. Now, principle 9. Ask better questions. Instead of, why did they do this to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of, how can I make them stop? Ask, what am I still allowing? Instead of, why are they like this? Ask, what boundary have I failed to enforce? Better questions create better outcomes. They pull you out of the loop and into higher awareness. This is how the Stoic grows, not by blame, but by reflection. Finally, principle 10. Return to self. Always. The world will try to scatter your focus. Toxic people will try to shatter your center. But again and again, return home to yourself. Remember your values. Remember your vision. Remember your voice. When in doubt, don't look outward. Look inward. What do I stand for? What do I allow? What kind of person am I becoming? Return to these questions daily, and you'll build an inner life so rooted, so refined, that no one, not the cruel, not the petty, not the toxic, can shake it. Now we turn toward principle 11. Awareness of patterns protects your peace. You've likely seen it before. The same toxic behavior, but from different people, different names, same energy. It keeps showing up. That's no accident. It's a cycle, and cycles continue until they're understood and broken. The Stoic doesn't just survive chaos. The Stoic studies it. What kind of people consistently rattle your calm? What situations repeatedly bring out your worst? What behaviors do you still tolerate, hoping they'll change? Don't just notice the problem. Map it. Patterns are messages, signals from your subconscious, and if you ignore them, they intensify. So pay attention, take notes, draw lines, and when necessary, walk away. Pattern recognition is self-protection. Now, principle 12. Presence is your power. When dealing with toxic individuals, we often get pulled into the past, what they did, what we should have said, or into the future, what if they do it again? But the Stoic lives now. Right now you are safe. Right now you are thinking clearly. Right now you are choosing who you want to be. The present moment is your sanctuary, your stronghold. Use it. Breathe deeply, scan your thoughts, notice your body, recenter. Toxicity loses its grip when you return to the now. Now we come to principle 13. Walk your path with purpose. Don't let toxic people reroute your journey. You have goals, you have passions, you have growth to pursue. And every moment you spend stuck in conflict is a moment not spent building your future. Jordan wanted to launch a new business, but every time he shared his ideas, his peers dismissed him, mocked him, discouraged him. So he stopped sharing. He started building in silence. Years later, they asked him how he did it. He simply smiled and said, "While you argued, I worked." Let them doubt, let them talk. You walk. Principle 14. Skepticism is not cynicism, it's clarity. Some people will flatter you with empty praise. Others will pretend to care while undermining you behind the scenes. The Stoic doesn't fall for sweet words. He watches for patterns. He listens to what isn't said. He observes what is repeatedly done. Cynicism assumes the worst of everyone. Clarity accepts the truth as it reveals itself. You don't need to be paranoid, just perceptive. When someone's actions consistently harm your peace, believe them. Now, principle 15. Protect your self-talk like sacred ground. The way you speak to yourself becomes your emotional baseline. If you constantly tell yourself you're weak, broken, or unworthy, then others' toxicity will only reinforce that script. But if your inner voice is kind, strong, and honest, then external negativity hits a wall. Speak to yourself as a mentor would, with firmness, but also with belief. Tell yourself the truth. You are learning, you are evolving, you are worthy of better. And soon, that becomes your standard, not just within, but in the people you allow into your space. Now we reach principle 16. Master your response, and you master the moment. Life will throw all kinds of people at you. Some will inspire, others will test, some will teach, others will try to tear you down. But in every interaction, the only thing you truly control is your response. That's where your freedom lives. They may yell, you stay calm. They may lie, you stay truthful. They may provoke, you stay unmoved. Not because you're passive, but because you've made a choice not to lose yourself in someone else's storm. The Stoic responds, not to please others, but to protect integrity. And that integrity becomes your compass. Now we embrace principle 17. Stillness is strength. You've seen it before. A storm of emotions swirling around someone. They react to everything, they speak too quickly, they crumble too easily. Then you meet someone who is still, grounded. Their energy is like stone warmed by the sun, quiet, unshakable, steady. That is the Stoic energy. Stillness isn't emptiness, it's mastery. Stillness doesn't mean doing nothing, it means doing what matters and ignoring what doesn't. Let your life be guided by that calm force. And when the world tries to rush you, remember, slow is smooth, smooth is strong. Now, principle 18, detach with grace, not resentment. Not everyone who enters your life is meant to stay. Some connections expire, some lessons complete, some bridges were never meant to be crossed. You don't need to burn the bridge, but you can walk away from it with calm. Detachment doesn't mean bitterness, it means release. It means no longer hoping that someone will become who you wish they were. It's saying, thank you for the lesson, I'm moving forward now. Do it quietly. Do it lovingly, but do it completely. Principle 19. Reflect, don't ruminate. Reflection is power. Rumination is poison. Reflection says, what did I learn? Rumination says, what did I do wrong? Reflection leads to growth. Rumination leads to paralysis. Don't stay stuck in replaying the insult. Replay your recovery. Replay your growth. Replay your strength. Keep a journal. Talk to yourself. Speak it aloud, but do not stay in the scene of the crime. Heal. Don't rehearse the hurt. Now, principle 20. You are enough, even when you say nothing. So many people try to prove themselves in conflict. They over-explain, they over-defend, they lose sleep, trying to fix misunderstandings. But the Stoic knows peace doesn't need permission. You can be misunderstood, you can be disliked, and still be whole. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your silence, your growth, or your peace. You can simply choose to live aligned, with virtue, with wisdom, with clarity. Let others talk, let others doubt, you live. Final reflections. You've walked through 20 timeless Stoic principles, applied to modern conflict, emotion, and mental resilience. You've explored how to protect your peace, how to master your reactions, how to walk away without losing yourself. You've learned that real strength is not about control over others, but command of self. That you don't need to change toxic people, you just need to stop letting them change you. So now, when the next storm comes, and it will, you won't panic, you won't flinch, you won't forget who you are, you will breathe, you will remember, you will rise. Because this isn't just philosophy. This is training for life. And the warrior of wisdom does not fight with fists, but with focus, with virtue, with resolve. Welcome to Stoic Verz. This is your place. This is your path. This is your reminder. You are not the chaos. You are the calm in the storm. You are not the reaction. You are the presence behind the pause. You are not what they call you. You are what you choose to answer to. Now go walk your path, with silence if needed, with strength always. And no matter what comes, no matter who pushes, no matter how loud the world gets, stay Stoic Verz.